It is Saturday morning in the small, awakening town of Van Lear, Tennessee. A search for substance and meaning and legacy begins with what may at first appear to be an unlikely place, a junk store. With his truck bed overflowing and his backseat stacked full, Charlie Bonnet, who is the sole proprietor and also my dad, selectively brings into the once-upon-a-time antique shop items that populate the archives. The items he discovers from the countryside become a collection of intelligence, ingenuity, lifestyles, and cultural values that extend back generations. Those items congregate to create a time travel that transports the visitors through centuries of human encounter. The shop represents a focal point of community, and I've come to realize that this place has taken on a life of its own. The frequenters naturally divide into categories: those of the archaeologists searching for the find, the historians teaching from our past, the artists seeking items to transform, philosophers putting a spin on junk and what it says about us in this world, and sellers that just plain sell. I have lived in and experienced many cultures around the world, but one of the most special and interesting cultures is the one right here in the rural countryside where I come from. I'm Kimberly Bonnet, and this is Junk.
Joyce is the doctor.
Come on in.
And Charlie's a legend here. Yeah, everybody knows Charlie. Everybody in town, downtown, and around town, and out of town knows Charlie.
I've been here about 10 years, probably. I started out in the basement in Dixon, and then codes was on my butt all the time because of my junk laying around, so I moved to Van Lear because there ain't no codes in Van Lear.
You know what them are? For blacksmith and for glass blowers. That's where the blacksmith handle, you know, when they forge them in their pit. You got a blower here and coal, and I mean it's hot. When you turn that blowing, well, they heat it up and then they forge it. Then you do it with them. That's something good. It's handy, handy, handy. I ought to buy that in Charlie and see if I can get that boat. Right? I think I will. 'Cause I'm always needing a good sheet metal. Sheet metal. Wait a minute, I'll show you. No, it ain't. It's cut like glass. I hear him. Hey Charlie, what do you want for them?
I'll just take them with you, buddy.
No, you can't do that.
That's fine.
I have a buddy that can cut your name out with.
Yeah, just take this with you. It was in that box of junk I bought.
That you can cut straight with these, and them other ones you can't. And you got a side on them where you can't get under it.
They put me a price on this thing right here, I'm gonna sell it.
Oh, is it copper, brass?
I figure 10
I'll say you probably in the money.
to 15.
I'll say you $10 anyway.
Easy.
I'm gonna say right when it's gonna sell.
Bubba, did you see my safe I bought you?
I'm ready.
I am the mountain man, originally out of Canton, North Carolina. Dance with the Pisgah Cloggers. If you want antiques, if we don't have it, we'll find it. And if we can't find it, you don't need it. And God bless you. Sold for GM and sold for Ford and sold for Nissan. But I'll find you any kind of car you want. I apply to my car selling to this business because I've never met a stranger. I try to be honest with people. I try to be fair with people, because if you treat people the way you would like to be treated and treat them with respect, they will always come back to you. But don't tell them a bunch of junk, just talk to them. If it's something they like, sell it to them if there's any way you can.
This is what it looks like to be hung over and junking. you just move a little bit slower and everything, like everything else you're gonna do. Oh, it don't affect the junking. I'm still here. Yeah. Except, you know. I'm in Van Leer, you know, looking at all the junk. I would hope so. They got a chicken cage, so I can't pass on the chicken cage. I done found a nail in the road, so it's starting out good. Hey, you want a bunch of wagon wheels? The old wood kind, wood spokes, tires, metal tires. $100 for 4 of them. Ain't but 3 of them half rotten.
Oh, wait, I remember these in school. No, that's what you, I fixed say it's a whip, but that's what you sharpen your razor blade with. This right here is a fun thing to play.
Yeah.
$65 is cheap, too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to throw and see how good I can get at. All right. You wanna do it with me? You wanna do it with me, Kim? Good. We'll go. Hey, look here. We gotta go back. Let's see. These will be. I got the dark ones. All right. I got 3 of these, and here's yours. All right. This will be the spot right here. All right. Let's see how good we can get. Darn, that was close. Ah, come on, Scott. All right, you see what you can do, girl. All right, do it, Kim, bro. Oh, let me move this chair for you, honey. Are you left-handed? I thought mine. Which one I thought mine? Oh, I thought mine my left. Yeah, go ahead. Man, that was close. Man, I messed up when I didn't buy that stove from him. That was a big mess up. See, I bought a stove and my doggone door. My door's already messed up on it, and it's just like the one your daddy had, except your daddy, the one he had, you can cook on. See, mine ain't got all that stuff on it. Man, that one your daddy had was worth a lot more than $40. That's what he sold it for, you know it? He sold it for $40. He give it away. Your daddy gives away everything. I can't wait till I get me my house done, and then I'll start my garage, and I'm gonna start filling it up with stuff. I'm gonna be so happy. That's all I think about is being happy. I want to be so happy. It'd be so nice just not to have no worries.
I don't hear no hole.
No, I never did see any holes in them. There was where it's been in the dirt, there's some rust marks, but well, no, there is a hole in them, Mr. Caprice, right there.
Uh-oh.
There was a hole.
Uh-oh.
Yep, there is a hole in it.
2 in it, I believe.
Yep. Weather down your way.
Oh, it's been so rough.
Junk buzzard. Don't forget that. Don't put this in
The
junk buzzard shall return.
Let it go.
I'm the junk buzzard, see?
Christmas here pretty soon.
I sneak in and I scope around and I find real cool stuff to buy that I can take and flip and make money off of. Charlie has kindly and most graciously taken me under his wing to teach me the art of the craft of being a junk buzzard. See, he's actually a junk buzzard senior. So, you know, and kind of like I call him my junk daddy.
Junk daddy.
So.
Oh, that's pretty. I call it my early boom box. Somebody put a radio in a suitcase with the speakers on it. My early boom box.
Dad,
Yeah.
where did you find it?
I found it at the scrapyard.
Yeah.
4:30, and I thought, do I want to go to the scrapyard or do I not want to go to the scrapyard? I thought, yeah, I'm going to go to the scrapyard because it's too dadgum cold. But then I was going to miss something. So there was something there calling me. I woke up this morning and I looked out and it's 17 degrees and I said, do I want to go or do I not want to go to the scrapyard? And so I kept thinking I'm sure I'm missing something. So I got up and went. And sure enough, I bought a load. Some things are like this ain't really. These are wheels off an old lawnmower. But just, I mean, look at the style of them old wheels right there. You know, you got the design and the graphics of them and stuff. Somebody will like those. You know, all this stuff at one time is used for something. And then they discard it. And crazy people like me go out and buy it and we make it into something else, you know. And look at all this stuff. This is all of this stuff here is just stuff that a lot of it was used in industry and in houses and, you know, and then they throw it away and then people like me and old Barry, they come and dig it and we find things that other people got imaginations too. A lot of people, they like this stuff, but they don't like to get out and dig for it.
You know what that is? Hay hook. Your bales of hay. Left a minute. There used to be one at the house. You know what this is? A shoe last. Well, you put, back years ago, you had to put soles on shoes. That's a small shoe. You hook it over here, and when you drove your nail through, it's curling. I've used one of them many of a time. You get it hot, red hot,
Yeah.
and take your solder to it and melt it.
Another day in
And
paradise.
you solder something, you know, a leak in a pipe or that does it.
I have known Charlie Bonnet for, I have no idea, 15 years or more. And the store here is right next door to where I work at. What more can you ask for? When he pulls up with his truck full of stuff, he is swamped. Everybody swarms to it. He never has to unload it. They unload it for him because they want it all. It's nice. Everybody likes it.
Well, usually this is kind of, people look forward to coming here on Saturday, so when I usually get here, there's usually 15 or 20 people already here. I very seldom unload my own truck. They unload it for me to see if they can fight over who gets what.
Oh, they are like that now. One night we showed up down here, I met him to unload. And it was like everybody that drove by had to stop and get something out of the back of Charlie's truck. It was crazy. I just stepped back and let them go. And as we would unload it, they'd put it in their cars and leave with it. Pretty much Charlie gave it all away.
Need a hood ornament. I got to tell your dad so he can find me one. And Mountain Man. Something for titties and wings. Okay. At least the titties. You think your dad's in the house or the post office?
You ready to load that?
I already got it, Charlie. I need a hood ornament. Let's find one.
What kind of hood ornament you need?
Something preferably with titties and wings.
Okay.
But it's like it's in these hands. Ain't got a fan.
All right. I don't have anything right now, but they do have some.
I know there'll be one laying someplace.
Yeah, and I'll find it.
Yeah.
It's like always a treasure hunt. You never know what you're going to find.
Look where you've been into.
Might be silver, might be gold.
I really don't know how to say that. something different, something that I usually look at it, and I think one of the first thoughts that comes to my head is, if I do this, if I buy this and do whatever it is I have in mind, and somebody else won't buy it from me, do I want it myself? And if I can say yes, then I'll do it. If I'm gonna have a bunch of crap laying around, I want it to at least be stuff that I like. Small stuff that won't take up much room if I have to have it inside. Stuff that it don't matter if it lays around outside. You know, I like that kind of stuff. When this stock market takes its next dive, the music's going to quit playing, and everybody ain't going to find a chair.
Well, I'll be done. Mountain man, you know what this is? I bet you don't know what it is. I'm gonna rack your brain. Watch me get him. I'm gonna get him.
That's it. Some kind of a lathe, isn't it?
No. You remember the old hot patches you packed in the tube?
Right. You're right.
You had a part up here though.
Yeah.
You know. Used to, you had to pack your you had rubber tires, not. I meant not tires, the tube. And that hot patch was metal with a patch around it, and you chipped it up a little, pressed this, and set it afire. And that bucklized it on there. That's sure what it was. Let me see if Charlie knows what it was.
Right.
Like it.
Charlie, you know what that is?
I'm sure it was for a
He
hot.
does, but you won't.
I think it was for a hot patch for
Yeah.
Saturday.
You're right.
Exactly right.
I've done it a many of a time.
Yeah.
I never did do it, but my daddy had
Oh, you had to.
He worked in a gas station when I was
Oh
a little
yeah,
kid.
he done a million of them.
I hung around there and I've seen him do a bunch of
Well, the
them.
tubes were good then, they were pure rubber. You know what we used to make out of the old tubes, the red ones? Slingshot rubbers.
Yeah.
So here's the way you load him. Just like that. Watch, I'm gonna hit that tree. You can hardly sit, they go so fast. You ready?
Yeah.
Hit it again.
Alright, look, this has got holes in it, don't it? No, it ain't. Hold it. No, hang on, what's this? What do y'all want for this? What do y'all want for this?
What?
It's got the handle still on it? Maybe still got, there's one handle. Oh, yeah, still got the handles. Oh, I need that. Somebody stole mine. See, and look here. I want this iron bed, but I got to have the rails. I just can't do without the rails. The rails are so hard to find. And look here. I'd love to have this chair, but I mean, it's bent a little bit. I think, you know what I'm saying? I'd have to fix it to get it bent back up a little bit. And I love this little table. See, I can take and sand it down and paint it black, and that'll be my little outside table to put tea on and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Look here. How about this right here? What does your dad want for that? Oh, this is a light, ain't it? Is this a light? Is that what that? Yep, this is a light, ain't it? Is that what this is? Yep. Darn, I wish I could find somebody to fix it. Let me call Daryl and see if he can come up from under it and see what the. Well, sound like him. No, that ain't him. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, baby. Yes. This is me. Oh man. And all it needs is bolts to, oh gosh. Darn it. Hey Mountain Man, what's going on, big man?
I think that house you got along.
Yeah, hey Johnson, yeah.
It is there, Sonny Hart.
All right, Sonny Hart. I know a Dave Hart and a Barry Hart that live down here.
I'm imported from Louisiana.
Oh gosh, you one of them Cajuns.
Well, almost.
Yeah, you a raging Cajun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call you raging Cajun.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It sure is nice meeting y'all, man.
Go to Tunica down there, did you? I never did. I never.
Up there we go. I got to see them. Pull that one right there out. Let me see that one. Thank you. All right, let's see if it works. If it works, it's a goner. Shit, no. Oh wait. Wait a minute. I can't do it too much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, come on now. Oh, it's baby doll. You are just, it's not gonna do it, Kimber. Kimber, it wants to though. It wants to. It has moved though. It just ain't gonna do right.
Oh, it's a little, not 3 horsepower motor. It's got a little, they call it a torque converter. It changes the gears, gear ratios, so it's sort of like a little bit of an automatic transfer on the throttle. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have no front brakes. I used that for the throttle. You have a good day. I'll go down here to my friends and show them this piece of junk.
Well, I just came into the store and looking around because I love antiques and old stuff and the history about them. They got a lot of history about all this. And I looked up on this shelf and here sits my brother up there. And I don't know why he's here. I don't know where it come from or what it's doing here. But it's my brother Jack Trotter. And I'm so thankful that I found it. It's just wonderful. I just don't hardly know what to say about it. It's just lovely. And I appreciate it so much that you're letting me have it. So anyway, thank you a lot. And I love your store and all the stuff in here. There's so many antiques and historical things in here that you can't even imagine. All the stuff in the history. I'm 84 years old and I've seen a lot of stuff. And they got a lot of good, neat stuff in the store. And I thank you very much.
And I walked in the store and I seen that helmet. And I said, I maybe asked you what he wanted for or something, but I told him I had one in World War II. One in World War II and got shot in it. It saved my life. I knocked a hole in it. It was V-shaped. And it glanced off and hit me in the shoulder. And come off that on my arm. And I believe he gave it to me. I said, I don't know. I don't want to pay for it. I believe he gave it to me.
Yeah,
He did.
It was just a Saturday like today, and Mr. Marcus come in and see me every Saturday almost, and I found that helmet, and he come in and it was there, and he saw it right then, and he told me the story about you getting shot, you know, and he wanted to know how much it was, and I told him, I said, well, you need it more than I do. You can have it. Yeah. And he still got it.
I like to browse around and see stuff that I hadn't seen in years.
I do too, Carol.
I just get a cook out of the stuff that I do know, Charlie. The way it was used and think now nobody will use it like that. It's too much work.
Well, you know, Most people don't. A lot of the younger generation, very few of them take interest in it anymore. You know, I like to find it. You know, that's
like going out hunting mushrooms or ginseng.
About the same thing. Yeah.
You find it, you found something.
This is just an old house. It was built by the railroad. Right around the turn of the century, they're going to burn it down tomorrow and get rid of it. The man that bought the property is a friend of mine. He just told me that I can get what I wanted out of it before we tore it down. So Jamie and I have worked on it for 2 or 3 days and stuff, or better. At one time, it was a nice old house. I hauled about 4 or 5 truckloads of trailer loads out of here. And, I'm done with this one, but I'm ready for my next one. And it'll come along pretty quick.
That is a tongue of some sort to squeeze something. But I'll be darned. Come here, smoke it.
Can you tell me what it was, Bubba?
I don't know, Charlie.
10 times. After 10 times.
What'd you do with that, Charlie?
It's sitting on that little cart right there.
Found the barrel.
It's some kind of a pincher.
What is it?
It's some kind of a pincher.
Figured it out, Jerry?
No.
I don't think I'll ever figure that out. What in the hell do you cut something for making puzzles on it or
You don't
what?
reckon that crimps the crimping thing, do you?
No, that'll cut.
No.
What did you say?
Here.
Stick it in there, see if it'll cut it. It's like a
I
shredder.
thought it would be something for like a
No.
crimper.
You see these materials it's got like the cowboys wear with leather,
Could
the
be,
thing.
yeah, could be
I
that.
think that's what it's for on clothing.
If it wasn't sharp, I'd say it was a crimper, but it's too sharp.
Yeah, I would have too, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
What it may not even be what I said.
No.
I don't know what that was, but I liked it. I don't know what it was. I figured.
That's good.
Huh?
That's good. You could be on this old house. What is it?
It folds out, and I don't know what it did. I thought it was unusual.
Is it like a broken leg holder?
I like it, sir.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not really
Look at the
sure.
whole truckload of stuff. Right?
You know me, it don't
I
take
got
a whole
one.
lot to intrigue me.
Yeah,
But you know, they don't unfold. It's
They're bent like that. It's for holding something.
it's not heavy duty.
it's gotta be some surveying tool.
It's got rubber here. That'd be for something. Is that fold back up or is it just bent down?
They were made that way. It'll actually turn. You loosen it up, and it'll turn, and it'll actually.
Yeah, pipe or something. But what for?
I don't know. I thought Nancy would like that, so I bought it. So. Nancy is just naturally one of my best friends.
You heard it, folks. Yes, I love junk, but I also just loved how Charlie knew everyone's name and he would shake everyone's hand and just make you feel at home. And he's one of those people that right away you would feel like you've known him for 30 years. And that's what I really wanted to come back for. And I hope that we still have that feeling around here. I know a lot of people come to the shop for that same reason, for Charlie and his junk. So that's why we come. I'm actually trying not to collect any one particular thing because I have so many different interests. So like I can't tell myself that I'm collecting salt and pepper shakers because then I'll just have like 1,000 salt and pepper shakers. So I've limited to dog salt and pepper shakers, so that narrows it down some. Although I do have some owls and some feet that your dad told me It's like a left foot and a right foot salt and pepper shaker. I don't know if you want salt and pepper out of a foot, but or anything edible out of a foot, but it was just so cute.
Well, he offered me this saddle with a horse for $5. And I was just saying that
See my airplane?
that little rosette's worth $5.
Bought it from the guy that got it out of it.
So anyway, I'm just gonna have to talk seriously with her.
I'll buy stuff from her.
Or get her to not be so serious. But just every time I want to buy something neat, she says no, and then she stomps her foot on the ground.
He's just got this disease, and he just wants to buy everything, and it's just filling up the barn, and we've been trying to get rid of stuff. The need to buy. I really do think it's a sickness. I'm serious. And it's just, I have tried to get him to use his creativity with what he's already bought and make some money, and then he can buy more, but he's not working that way. Keeps buying, keeps storing, keeps buying.
I don't need it, but I do need it. That's the nature of it. Yes, I need that. That's the problem. Right now, I'm going to have to hide it for a while because I'm officially banned by my family from bringing any more junk home until I get rid of some junk. I have a problem.
It was an early version of gambling. Gambling wasn't legal, but I don't know how much you put in it. It had a coin op thing where you put a penny probably, and you push the lever right there, and it would spin like a slot machine. And if you got 3 of them lined up the same, like a camel or a Lucky Strike or whatever, then you won, and it dropped you. Didn't pay you money. It give you a cigarette, and it slid over there. What am I doing? I'm trying to put a gallon worth of stuff in a quart jar. That's about what I'm doing.
Set that over yonder on the wall.
Yeah. If I had lots of money, that I wouldn't sell a thing. I'd have buildings I'd build. I'd just pile the stuff up because I like it. But I gotta sell stuff where I can turn around and buy more stuff. But you always come across something that you look hard enough, you'll find a treasure. That's pretty neat. It's a whole roll of new screen wire. That's fine right there. I think I found another fine back here. Not sure. I know it is. Oh, it's a heavy fine too. It is a heavy fine. Oh, now. An old grindstone. Cool old bucket. Good graphics on it. This is Tanya Tucker and Glenn Campbell. Where'd you get these? This is awesome. What? Tanya Tucker and Glenn Campbell was in one of them. Yeah. That's Tanya Tucker there. There's Glenn Campbell. Who? Somebody knowed them. I wonder who knew them. Where'd y'all get these? They ain't no telling what. I wonder if they're all of Glenn Campbell. Yeah, they gotta be. They would be. Look, there's Tanya. Now she was a pretty girl. There they are, all. Oh, look here. For Doberman. There's Glenn and somebody. Boy, hey, Galveston, oh, he's in a 50, that looks like a Thunderbird. Hey, Mountain Man. Yeah. Is this, look here at this. Is this a Thunderbird?
Is that a come here, hang on, I'll be right. Is that a Thunderbird?
Yeah.
Alright, that's what I thought. If anybody knows, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a Thunderbird.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is too.
65.
Yep, I was born in 65. I'm old. I'm almost old as you, Mountain Man.
Yeah.
When were you born in?
38.
Are you serious? Well, you don't look it. I didn't know you was that old. You're 62, 70, you're damn. He's 75 years old. Ain't he?
Well, we need to sell. Everything that we can sell today, we need to sell. Times is hard, but the good Lord will take care of all of it. He has, and He always will, as long as we believe in Him.
Oh, it's just a good outlet for finding the little rare, unusual pieces that you like to make stuff with. Charlie's shop is like the mecca of good junk. It's where to come to find the good junk at. He'll come in with something pretty cool on the back of the truck, and usually it never makes it to the building here because I take it from his truck and put it in my truck. So, and each piece lends itself to what I'm making, and sometimes I'll have to go out and find the right piece to put it together with whatever's going on, whether it's a table or a bench or a chair, or it may be a tractor seat and like a bench with the tractor seats, or a lot of different unique stuff. And I've got a pile just about as big at my house of stuff that I've taken from here that's just waiting to be turned into something. I've just come to the realization of if I buy something for my house, it's going to be junk, and I'm going to turn it into something cool that will last forever. Because if this stuff has lasted this long, you fix what needs to be fixed and you put it back in there and it'll last just as long again. And then you're not filling the dumps up, and you're not, you're just not creating a mess. I bought this door from your dad. It was actually a door that come out of a cave, and kind of sanded it down, left it, and I got this out of the scrapyard where me and Charlie actually shop at together. The old cast iron table base, and made a kitchen table out of that. The grill I bought from Charlie, he got from a guy here in town, and I would have to get a bulb, but it lights up. It's got a cool look. Plus too, if it's dark outside, you got a lot of light shining in here from this room, but it really does light the floor up, and it's cool looking.
Probably can. My favorite subjects are sex, religion, and politics. And as far as bar room, and you can't, usually, years ago, I kind of talked to somebody and figure out which one I could get away with talking about. But, Carl Rove come along and got them all mixed up together, and you can't talk about one without it bleeding over into the other. Religion? Well, I guess the biggest thing here past 10 years has been how the Muslims are devil worshippers, and I can't figure that one out when, whether it's Christian, Muslim, or Jew, they all worship the God of Abraham. So, and if there ain't but one God, somebody's got it wrong. Well, I hope that everybody else has it right and I'm wrong, because otherwise I'd be stuck in the same place with all these people.
It's just a game, but I like to do it.
A bunch of good junk. Your daddy spun his web of string here. It's loose. Charlie Bonnet has a way of tying knots. But Charlie tied all these knots, it's hard to get untied. Ah, well. Ah.
Say what a price for that.
Very dangerous load.
I know.
Don't
You
try
done
this
tried
at
the wrong-
home.
You start to move the wrong thing.
Charlie Bonnet is a professional packer. I didn't mean that to come out that way.
Yeah, I don't know what it said. I forgot.
That's another garden or something.
Lake Forest Garden Club. Garden of the season. I got that from the show.
Somebody threw them in a dumpster?
Yeah. Scrap. That's a scrap yard. Wow. $20 bill, guaranteed.
Oh, he's very generous. Listen at him laughing in the background. But he is a good guy. He's very sweet, very kind. He's taken time to teach me a lot of stuff. I've learned a lot of stuff from him over the past 6-8 months. And it's been very profitable to me by him sharing his knowledge with me. And so he's a kind guy, really sweet. And actually, I can truly say I love the little guy.
My hair salon's next door to Charlie's, and we've become great friends. He has wonderful stuff over here, and we love him to death. He's almost like a family member now instead of just a friend, and we love him. Oh my goodness. They don't even make shoes like this no more for kids. Well, if they are, they're rare, but you can hardly find shoes like this anymore for babies. That's what they used to give when you first started walking, most of the time, little kids. Now they ain't Nike or something like that. They don't put them on their children.
Working late today, Debbie.
Yes, I ain't gonna get through until about 3 o'clock. A magic 8-ball! Oh my goodness! Oh, it's not the real one. What is that? Is that was this Avon? Yes, it was. That was Avon. Ain't it? Yes, it is. I thought it was the magic 8-ball. You used to go like it's right here and you turn it upside down and you could see something floated in there. And tell you your life story. Oh my goodness, some old scales. That was to weigh a baby in, wasn't it? Oh my goodness, yes it was. That was a scale for a baby, because that's wicker. I'm sure that's what that was for. Instead of fruit and vegetables, it was to weigh a baby on. Oh, a Viewmaster! Kids laughed at our stuff when we was kids. They think, what? This was something to have. I think we had one and all 5 of us fought over it. Mr. T. Oh my goodness. It's got the thermos in it. Look. Oh my goodness. There's so many things.
People had no ironing boards back then. They made their own. They know what they wanted, and they just made it straight up. But this one I see, whoever made it, it folds. But Mom's just pivoted, and she had to jam a stick in it to get it. And oh yeah, most of them was made out of oak, sanded down, and they were fortunate to. Back then, my dad got garlic nails like he was old, because there wasn't no nails. You couldn't buy nails because there wasn't any. And all things were put together with wood pegs.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, did you? About wood, you know, the old log houses. You seen one of them auger? All right, they drill through it and drive up, peg them together, wouldn't it? Yeah, all the old houses, log houses, was pegged together with wood because they didn't have no nails. You never missed nothing you never had. Back then it was hard. We didn't have nothing. We had clothes on our back, food in our stomach that we raised. But as far as modern stuff, there was no such thing. Every year, some things would come out, you know, a little more modern than that was. A replica of something made. He'd come out with a little newer version, you know, make changes, just like you do in making automobiles. From the Model T, every year they come out with a different look. There's where your cars come from, and everything else is manufactured in this country has done that. I don't know if it's for the better or the worse. During the right after the Second World War, a farmer could sign up, and the Army give him a Jeep, and they farm with a Jeep, you know, dished in ground with a disc or a log in it to make it smooth with a big log pulling behind it. Yeah, farmers could get them. Daddy didn't want one. He took money to buy gas, and that's something we didn't have.
Hay fork. We'd use that back here in that time period. Like it's been used a few times. Yeah, I'm just a plain Civil War reenactor. Go all over the country. No bush blade right here. That'd be something we'd use. Something like old bust, I think a bush blade or something. Wheat blade. There you go, right there. That's what you hook your horses to move the cannons and stuff, and the wagons, all your chuck wagons. You'd have at least a couple of them on there. They'd be used to pull a cannon. That's what it'd basically be used for. It'd be tied onto the front of the cannon, behind the horse, or whatever you had to use to pull it. There's still a lot of history behind it. You know how that is. That's basically the way you say. I just wonder how they got by with that land back in. You know how that happens. That's just that. If he's bringing us a little more junk in. One man's junk, another man's treasure.
Hang it on the wall, that's what I was going to do with it.
Little end table?
It'd make a killer little table. Put a piece of glass on top of it.
You don't even need glass.
With the rust
Use
and...
the lip to catch things.
I just kind of rust.
How about this piece?
$5. I'm a little low on junk today. Junk's been kind of hard to get this week. Well, it's fixing to warm up. People will be hauling junk in and be calling me to come by. And I've got a couple of people that have told me I got to go look at some stuff.
You got this mark 15. You take 10.
I will. I sure will. Hello. I'll come down there, run down there. I'm up and about right now, so I'll run down there and see you a little while. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you in a little bit. All right. Thank you for calling. Yeah. Things happen in mysterious ways. See. I bought some stuff from that guy about a year ago, and now he's cleaning out a barn, so I guess I better get busy where I can go down and buy something to sell, right? I'm scoping that to see if there's anything that's worth buying. A lot of junk. Sometimes junk's just junk. It ain't worth, sometimes junk's not worth buying, though.
I come over here for a specific reason. I just don't know what. How you?
All right.
I come over here for a specific reason, and I can't remember what it was for. And y'all got just exactly what I need because I needed it a while ago to use. That's the reason I can't remember what it was. It's something not real needful, but it's something I need. And I can't remember what. Just right before I got up, I remember what it was, and I said, "Well, I'll go by there and get it." I know it's between $7 and $10. I can't remember what it is, or if it ain't, I know your daddy probably let me have it between that. Let me see your pants. That's what I need. That's exactly what I needed, a pan. Right here, in here, yeah. That's what I need, the pan. Something kind of neat and maybe a gallon or less, you know what I'm saying? Big Ben, Lord have mercy, what does he want for this? Ask him what he wants for this, I'll take it. Please, please. See, it may be, hold it. Hold it right here. Oh man, come on. Uh-oh. Darn it. I don't want you to do it no more, it's already. It don't work. Darn. Man, pull alarm. Man. I've done it enough, as much as I can. I can't do it no more. I ain't figured it out yet. I'm trying. Let's go over and see if Big Ben's moving. Darn, it ain't moving. No, it ain't moving. What do you want for that, Charlie?
What's that?
Big Ben. I'll buy it like it is. It ain't working.
A couple dollars.
How much? Is that all?
Oh,
you sure?
I'm cheap.
Oh, my goodness, here.
Hear that T-Mobile blow?
Tell them where that gas tank's at right there.
Sitting in your lap, right on top of your legs.
Yep.
See here? Come here and I'll show you where it's at.
Your feet went right up under.
You see right here? Right here is the gas tank. Right up under there is the gas tank. It held, I believe, about what, 5 gallons?
Oh, I don't know, Mr. John.
I think it was.
You was in Korea?
Yeah.
Appreciate your service. Thank you.
Dad.
I do, buddy.
I volunteered for it.
Well, I know, but it's people like you the reason we got America to live in today.
You know, well, them dummies we got up in Washington, we don't have America very much longer.
Well, what do we got? What do we got? I'm going to be plain, and you might not want to take this.
I'm going to get one of my good friends, the U.S. Senator, to get a hunting season on politician, no bag limit.
That's what's wrong with us now.
Yeah.
Huh?
The morals of this country is slipping fast.
That's why daddies won't stand up and be there for the children now. And mamas is having to raise them by themselves. We don't raise kids to be responsible, so they're not responsible for their actions.
No.
You know, huh? When they show me how to push a log chain,
yeah,
that's like I told you up here. When you show my son's old dumb daddy how to bridle a mule from his behind, then I'll shut up what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like all the trunk, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why the trunk is named after. Yeah. Yeah, these was probably in the from 30s to early 50s. And then that's when they started half a gallon instead of this size. And then they went to the, I guess it's about 65, they quit delivering milk because people wasn't taking it. And that's when they went to the plastic jug and the paper. If my dad was alive today and figured milk almost $5 a gallon, he'd have a cardiac arrest. He would. That was my mother's old stuff. She used to dip. I used to get my mom, they had bigger ones. I'd get her 4 for Christmas. Garrett Sweet Snuff. It's not as strong as another type called Bruton. Made by the same company, but that Bruton was strong. It'd take a hair out of you. It was my mother's brand of snuff. And she carried She had a little canister, metal. She'd fill it up and put it in her apron pocket. Of course, you'd have it just like you'd have a pack of cigarettes in your pocket. I knew other women around. They smoked pipes, but they didn't do it in front of the men people. That was a no-no then.
Goes that way. Okay, Lord. All right. All right, let's see if this works. If this works, I may buy it. I love clocks, you know it. Whoop, wrong way. Come on, work now. It's working! It's working, girl! I cannot believe this. Yeah. I want this. How much? $3? Oh, yeah, I got to have this. I can use this to wake up in the morning, put it. It's got a few pearls missing, but I mean, I can find some of them. Let me see. Let's let it sit here just for a minute, and we'll sit here 2 minutes, and then we'll see what it does. No, me. It's just unusual. I've always liked clocks. It hasn't got a name brand on it though, so I don't know. And it's still running. And look, the time's working. So I guess I'll take it. Yeah, I guess I'll take. It's $3. Will you take 2? All right, come on. I'll tell you what I do need. I need a TV stand. I need a stand to put a TV on. You got any Oh, let's go over here and look. Let me go over here and look. I need something just a little bit taller. And I can always take that top off and put, put a piece of wood and stain it. And that would look great, but I need something a little bit taller, about a foot taller. That way I can look over my bed. Oh, you got a big old can. Got the top on it. There may be something in here. I like metal. I can always take metal and, oh, look at here. Now see that right there? Look here, this right here would be perfect for a TV stand. That I could paint it black. See that thing? Yeah, it'll be here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get that right there, and I'm gonna paint it black and put it in my room and put the TV on it. Oh, check it out, hon. Yep, hard tires, pneumatic tires. Oh, look here. Yeah. Oh, I like that bike right there now. Yeah, I like that bike. Wonder what he wants for that. That bike's all together. It's a C Pines. Ask him what he wants for that bike. I want that bike. That would be perfect for me to ride on. You know it around here. I still got my moped. I'll be on it here in a couple weeks. We'll have to look at it. Hey, look here. These are old ironwork. Look here. This is what you use when you do do steel. You take and put this in the hole. You put it in the hole and line it up and then put your bolts in. I did that a little while, but I didn't care for it. I'm scared of heights. I like having my feet planted on the ground. How about you? I heard that, sister.
Hard to see what I want, though. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good things.
I use my car salesman skills selling anything that I sell. And this is the junk place where we sell everything. I mean, we have all kinds of stuff. We call it junk, but somebody's junk is somebody else's treasure, maybe. And we sell. And we keep on selling. And then the boss man will come in with another load, and we try to sell it.
$3.
And I heard him just then say $3 on something. No, I don't never try to push nothing on nobody. I try to tell somebody, if someone is looking for a certain thing, if I don't have it, I'll find it. But if now the difference in the car salesman, they come in, they know, you know, they're looking for a car. But if you let them leave, you've only got about one chance out of 100 of them coming back to you, unless that you always get their name and phone number. But you need to close the sale while they are there. If not, they're going to go up the street and find something that they'll buy up the street. But in this kind of selling, if they tell you what they want and you've got it, if you let them leave and they don't buy it, they'll buy somewhere else if they find it. But the main thing is to get them to give you a price, and if you can make a little money, sell it, because you roll your money over to get something else for it.
Oops, see right there? I got that for you.
I showed that to her a while ago.
When I saw it, I thought, that's Kimmy right there, but it's not spelled right. But that's as close as we can get.
You know what them is? You know what they are? Shingle tree. You know what this is? This is called a sickle. You know what them is? Do you know what them is? Carpet scratchers. You know what that is? That's a drill motor. You know what that is, don't you? That's a dampener for a wood stove. Okay, this is a dampener for a wood stove. It goes up in the pipe. You put your 2-foot pieces of pipe together. It goes up in one, you drill your hole about, well, a 1/4-inch hole. You push this up and hold it, and then run this in the hole, on through it, and out the other side, and then you turn it to lock it in. See, that's the way it comes out. It goes right back through, and when you always leave the house, you cut that off. That will shut to keep the wood from burning. It'll just sit there and simmer. That was something in this days.
They just down there, and I ain't done nothing with them. They've been down there about 20. I'll tell you where them wheels come from. They come off of a 2-horse wagon that I bought. My grandmother's brother went up there with me right the other side of
I'm gonna move
Sylvia
my truck,
Road.
and then we
You got the axles laying in there too.
Harold, I'm
no,
gonna,
they under a,
I'm gonna back
a wagon I pulled to Columbia.
I'm gonna back my pull my truck in over there.
Yeah.
If you want to just back in behind me, we'll just shut them off. And
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. When the Saints go marching in. Yeah, yeah. Of course, it sounded about like 2 old swordtail cats, you know. My fiddle playing ain't much. So I got it sawed out, and I thought, man, I'm gonna call Mama, let her listen to this. So I called her. I said, Mama, I want you to hear my orchestra. She said, all right. Well, I pulled it out again, you know, and I sawed through it again. I mean, you know, pulled out the shavings, and cut it off, you know. I said, how you like it? She said, well, I guess it's all right, but I hope you get better. How you doing, Mr. John?
You ever see a guy play a fiddle,
Yes,
Willie?
sir, I saw him playing.
You gotta take this,
Yep.
do like this.
Yep.
Yep. And it.
That's just used for tapping posts and moving stuff around. You can move stuff around with that bar right there. Got a heel on it, like that. Put it under it, and you can go around with it like that and move stuff. And you get rocks out of a hole and dig a post hole. That's a good heavy bar.
Whatever you want to give me.
No, I ain't gonna do that now. What do you want?
What do you think it was?
I don't know. What do you think it was?
I don't know. It probably ain't worth nothing. I'll give it to you.
Well, that's probably right.
I'll give it to you.
One of them things, just like at home, one of these that broke off.
Well, good.
I thought, well, that's exactly what I've got at home. Only one of mine just broke right across there. Broke in two.
Yeah. I think this is my old buddy. Yeah. The greatest hockey player that ever played the game. And he was one of the best, but he wasn't good as Terry Sawchuk, Johnny Bauer. And he was good. He's the first one for Montreal Canadiens. He come up with a goalie that was masked. The Rocket Richard was great, but there was the greatest of all time. Lord, Lord. And this here was his brother. Andre was a good hockey player. Let's see if we got any more Red Wings. Bill Gadsby, yeah, was great. There was the greatest goalie that ever played the game, Terry Sawchuk. Oh, he was great. Alex Del Vecchio. See if we got any more Red Wings there. There was one of the finest players, Phil Esposito. I know them all. You had to make the team every night you played. You didn't just, like spring training for baseball players, you make a team, you're on it. Not in hockey back then. If you started the game, you didn't play with the darn, you got sent to the minors and bring somebody else up, because Canada and the United States, there's only 6 teams. Now there are about 26 teams. And they got hockey players playing today, couldn't even warm the bench back then. Well, I got to get in the holler.
We got to sell everything. Got to get lined up where we have it all together. We're going to sell, and sell some more. And I'm going to take this thing right here, right back here, and get ready to sell it. I'm going to straighten all this up. Every bit of it. Them hand ties. And we're going to sell them. Excuse me, ma'am. You want to buy anything today? Sell. And Popcorn Sutton would play a banjo, and all us kids would buck dance, square dance on a big old wooden platform they had down in front of the store. And we had a good time.
I need you to work.
And my dad and them, they'd sit around and drink moonshine. And that's the end of that story. Yeah. He makes good moonshine.
Downstairs we do reasonably well. It's well.
And moonshine's good for you. You get a cold, you get the flu, best thing in the world. It's moonshine and honey and a little rock candy.
How much are these?
Little lemon, a little warm hot water. And drink it and go to bed. And if you wake up the next morning, you're better. If you don't, you're dead.
Well, Lewis wants,
that's the way it goes.
I'm going to buy the whole box.
But it's good.
But if he comes and asks.
One or two things was these papers here. Over here. I looked through some of them, and the next week I came back, and underneath the bottom of them, there was some 1858 newspapers from Cincinnati. And what I was really got amazed at was there was a topic in there of building cisterns and keeping them pure. And that day and time, they had no city water and not many wells. They had to get their water from the rain. And they was telling the method to build them and everything. A cistern is a way you hold your water for your home use. It's just like a well. You draw a bucket of water out of the well to use back then for drinking and washing and bathing and everything, and you just drew it out of the cistern. And when it snowed real big, they would get the snow and fill the cistern up with snow, and it would keep the water real cold for a long time and gradually melt. And that was just an interesting topic that I found in a paper like that. I run into stuff like that all the time.
Why do I do it? Because I love history and I love old stuff. And I can't keep it all. I keep enough of it, but I don't keep, I keep the toys and some of the tools that I find that are unusual. I keep animals, I keep pedal cars, I keep electric trains. And I keep a lot of the signs, a lot of these signs right here. But I price a lot of them. If I don't want to sell something, I put a high price on it. That way if it sells, it won't hurt my feelings too bad.
How much?
How much what for what?
That.
Nah, it's got a little bend in it.
How much?
I'd take 20 for it.
15.
There. Ain't do that. I ain't having no luck finding that screw hole.
I'll take it, don't put it up there.
Add him another $20.
Now this was something that I used many of an hour. September and October, this is a tobacco knife. You got your tobacco, put it right in the middle and you split it down to about 6 inches of the bottom, you cut it off. And then you hung that tobacco over a tobacco stick. That's a good tobacco knife.
Well, if I were going to elaborate on what I was saying about Karl Rove, that he resurrected this fallacy of the moral majority. And, just right now you can't listen to the news every day that they're going to talk about gay marriage. And I'm like, well, what do I give a damn whether two people marry each other or not? If that everybody should have, married people, regardless. If you want to get yourself in a legal knot, everybody should have to get a civil union. And then if you want you a church wedding, then you can go hire you a preacher and have a church wedding. But if you want to be legally married, you get a legal union, some kind of a civil contract, so that you can pay more in income taxes like the rest of the poor married people do. And just to discriminate against somebody because they're gay, it don't make any difference to me anymore what somebody is. Let them be what they're gonna be. But because that's turned into a political issue, and a good Christian ain't gonna want to see no gay folks having the same legal rights as they do. Everybody's got to be better than somebody, I guess. Chris Christopherson said, if you can't, everybody's got to have somebody to look down on. If you can't find nobody else, and help yourself to me. I liked a lot of his lines, and that was one of them. Down here in the South, black folks has hated white folks, and white folks hate black folks, and I think it's been a conspiracy since Reconstruction, that as long as you can keep poor whites hating poor blacks and poor blacks hating poor whites and them fighting amongst themselves, then the folks with money can do whatever the hell they want to do, because ain't nobody else got time to mess with them. They're too busy fighting amongst themselves. Yeah, that's pretty much been it. That I think, till we fix some of this mess, that people like Mitt Romney can disassemble a factory and move it to China, and then write it off their taxes, disassembling the factory and moving it over there, and the whole thing like that. Yeah, if you can ship all our jobs out of the country and pay somebody else a quarter or 50 cents an hour and write it all off on your taxes doing it, ain't nothing gonna get better like that. And I don't understand the whole global economy, and you know, isolationists. You know, I hate to, I hate to consider the term for myself as being an isolationist, but you know, sometimes you need to kind of isolate things and take care of what's important first, and maybe that's folks at home. But right now, I think all anybody that thinks like I do, all you gotta do is just sit back and it's gonna take care of itself. Eventually, people will be poor enough and hungry enough and whatever like that, and we'll have something kind of like the French Revolution where the heads roll. Except this time, you know, they can have their money anywhere in the world and go live wherever they want to, and the idiocracy of our whole setup is we'll probably use our army and go protect them in a foreign country with their money in foreign banks. It's all tied together. It ain't us no more. It's you know, the whole planet and us paying for it. But that's all I'm gonna say about that today, okay? Bye, Kim.
How much you knock off for the pile of junk in the truck?
I'll swap you either.
Okay.
You're happy, I'm happy.
That'll work.
Are you happy?
Yeah, that tickles me.
Put all the oil cans, we'll work out on that side.
Get all smashed up. Hey man, what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Hey, I got some antique picture, antique window frames.
Uh-huh.
I almost don't want to dump with them. I don't know if you want them or not.
I always like window frames. These are... What do you want them for?
Free.
Huh?
Free.
That's cheap enough. Yeah, we'll take them.
Okay.
Well, somebody will come along and want those. And I'll probably end up giving them to somebody else. Can't beat free, can you? Can't lose on free. I don't know if we made any money today, but I don't think we lost any. Some days is that way. But we made lots of friends today. Let's go home.
Based on my social interactions with people at the shop, I've come to the understanding that there exists a common theme. Everyone gets what they need out of the place. For Charlie, it is providing. He feels the need to provide, and he feels a connection and rescues the stuff. He feels the need to bring in items that are meaningful to various individuals who come to the shop. This is the intelligence. This is the curating. For others, it's the need for memories, transformation, expression, selling, analysis, and community. The pieces are waiting for the right person. All of these are things that Charlie is in tune with. Charlie's shop confirms the truthfulness in the long-standing saying,
One man's junk, another man's treasure.